Hello, guys, and welcome back to my planet on YouTube. Hope you're enjoying your stay. Okay, I told this in my previous video I just posted, but I'll say it again. I asked my Twitter followers what videos they'd like me to film for YouTube. And one of them was the video I just did about Archie and Veronica. Another one is, and I want to say this person's name, but I know I'm going to screw it up, so let me not. But I will put their name with the video when I post it on Twitter so you can check out who asked me. They asked, can I name my top 5 TV shows? And that's hard. I'm going to include old and new ones, of course, but I love TV. I love TV shows. Although recently I've gotten out of a lot of TV shows I used to be like dead set on, like obsessed. The Walking Dead, one of them. I kind of got off. I still keep in like contact, I guess you could say, with the shows. Like I still keep up with what's going on to a certain extent, not to get me spoiled because I am eventually going to watch these shows, like season one all the way till the end. So I don't like to be spoiled too much. So it's kind of hard for me to pick 5 shows, especially since I have so many old shows that I love still, and there are some new ones. But I narrowed it down, and so I'm gonna read it to you. And instead of just saying what my top 5 are, I'm going to tell you why they're my top 5. Just a little tidbit why, not too long for you guys. So don't worry. So my first one is, now this is a hard one because it was torn between Riverdale and The 100. But I have to go with number 1, The 100, because I've been with that show since the beginning, 2014, March 2014. So I've been with that show since the beginning, and so that is my number 1. Now that show, why I love it so much is it's like this apocalyptic show, and basically how it starts out is they send 100 kids down to Earth from space, down to Earth, where they've never really been. They've never been, actually. And they send them down there to see if they live, like they can thrive, or if they die. Basically, yeah. It's basically sending 100 kids to die. But thankfully, they thrive. And then they find out they're not alone on Earth, what's left of it. And it's just this whole, like, crazy, amazing, like, if you love fighting scenes, if you love, like, apocalyptic stuff, if you love, like, starting from the ground up, if you like those kind of shows, you're gonna love The 100. Also, Bellamy and Clark. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of them. If you haven't watched The 100, I'm pretty sure you've heard of Blarick. That's another reason. So, The 100, one. I mean, also it has great characters, and they all have they have such great characters that some you love instantly, others you like dislike slash hate, but then they develop their character in such a way that you're like, I love this character now. This character is my bae. Like, this character I would die for, basically. I did that with Murphy. So that's another thing about it. Great characters, great storylines. I mean, it's just really a great like action show, a lot of killing, a lot of deaths. Like it's really good. So that's my number 1. Number 2 is Riverdale. Ugh, I love Riverdale so much. I mean, really, do I need to explain? Riverdale is, of course, based off the Archie comics, but a little different. It's a lot darker than the Archie comics, and it doesn't have the asexuality like Jughead has in the comics. So it is a little different, but it's still the same kind of vibe. And I mean, if you love the Archie comics, you're gonna love the show. If you don't love the Archie comics, you're still probably gonna love this show because if you love teenage drama, killing, murders, figuring out who did this, figuring out who did that, detective work, then you're gonna love Riverdale. And it also has really great characters who are flawed, and you see them really struggle and then kind of you just see them struggle and then get back up and then struggle again. But it's like these characters are so strong and individually they're just amazing characters and they're all flawed in their own way and they're not perfect. And it's just a really great show, especially about friendship and about like first loves and about high school, and it touches on real issues like slut shaming and sexual assault. So it's another one of those shows that really keeps up with what's going on in the world. So Riverdale, also Archie and Betty and Jughead and Veronica. So just saying that. Now 3. Okay, I'm going to have to say Raising Hope. Now, why I said Raising Hope is because anytime I'm sad or depressed, I love to watch Raising Hope. It used to be on Netflix, but Netflix took it off. Anyways, so it used to be on Netflix, and when I get sad and depressed, I'd watch it. Like it only had 4 seasons, and I'd go through it really quickly, like within a day and a half. And I just it made me so happy. It always put me in a good mood. It made me so happy. No matter if I knew what was coming in the episode, I was still like psyched to see it and was like, oh, I love it. So that's why Raising Hope is my number three because it's one of those shows, like one of the only shows that when I'm really sad and depressed, that can actually just make me feel happy and make me forget that I'm depressed. So I love Raising Hope. I mean, it was such a great show too. I mean, this kid, knocks up a serial killer and he's stuck with the baby and she's named Hope. And it kind of goes on this journey of him raising the baby with his parents who also had him when they were really young. And his mama's in it, which is his grandma, and she's crazy and funny. And it's just a show that makes you feel really good. Like, I don't know, it puts me in such a great mood. Like Friends for some people. Raising Hope does that for me. Okay, so four is The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons so fucking much. Like, I mean, you can't go wrong with The Simpsons. I'm sorry. Like, out of all the animated shows, The Simpsons is the only animated show I watch. I've seen some Bob's Burgers, and that's good. But The Simpsons is my OG. Like, I record every episode of The Simpsons on FXX like every time it's on because I just love The Simpsons. Like I can honestly watch the same episode I watched again because I watch so many at a time that by the time I watch this other episode that I've already seen, I've seen so many before that that I don't really remember what happened. So I watch it again. And The Simpsons is just it's super like funny and honest. I mean, it even makes fun of itself. Like, who doesn't love a show that makes fun of itself? And I mean, you have Homer Dole, and you have Bart Eat My Shorts, and Lisa, and I mean, it's just such a funny show. And they make fun of themselves, and they have great uh guest appearances, like voice appearances, like Daniel Radcliffe. I mean, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt. You can't go wrong with that. And I mean, who doesn't love watching The Simpsons? Like, it's just such a good show. Like, you can't honestly sit there and watch The Simpsons and be like, I just love The Simpsons. Okay, number five is Charmed. I was obsessed with Charmed growing up and still am. I legit, every day after school, would come home with my friend and we would sit and watch Charmed, the new episode, every day after school. And this was a ritual. I was obsessed. I wanted to be a witch. I would make my mom take me to these stores where they had like witchcraft kind of stuff. And I had at one point this like crystal ball. And I was just obsessed with Charmed. I loved it. I loved the witch craft of it. Like I love that they're witches and that they can do all this cool shit. And still to this day, it's my one of my favorite shows because it's still such a great show till this day. I mean, it I can't really explain. If you love witchcraft, if you love people with superpowers, and I guess you could say, or powers of any kind, if you love sisters and that bond and finding out that you have another sister, then you're gonna love Charmed. Like, and it also has romance and demons and all kinds of cool, crazy stuff. It's kind of like Harry Potter in a way, like that kind of world where it has like witches and demons and just good and bad. So Charmed is definitely my number five. Now, I do want to include one more. I know I only said five, but one more because I do love. This is actually, I'm going to slice it because I do love The Flash because compared to Arrow, which has just ugh, went downhill. I was there for Arrow season one, and then it just died for me. Ugh. Anyways, the Flash is so freaking great. I can't deny The Flash. Like, I keep up with it, and I love West Allen, so, like, I gotta mention them, and it is a really great show. And I mean, Grant plays a perfect Barry Allen. I mean, you couldn't have got a more perfect Barry Allen. And Candace, Iris West, is my favorite. Like, I am so thankful we got Candace as Iris West and that they cast her because that truly is a treasure to forever have. Like, I honestly could not be thankful enough that she's Iris West. Like, I just have to praise her. She is so amazing. Now the other show is The Big Bang Theory. Why I said Big Bang Theory is because I love Sheldon Cooper. He is my favorite. I love his scenes with Leonard. Oh my God, they have me dying. Sheldon and Leonard are hilarious together. Sheldon in general is hilarious. And that's another show that you watch and you can't help but laugh. Like, I laugh at every episode. It's just one of those shows that are so funny that you just laugh and laugh and laugh. And I mean, it has such a great cast, and they're all different but alike. And and it starts. And I mean, it's been going on for so long, so you get to see them like grow. Like, it's so crazy to see them season one and then see them like season eight. And it's like, oh my God, they really have changed. Like, appearance wise, they've gotten older, matured. Sheldon stayed the same, just basically about. But I mean, the show really Sheldon Cooper like sells this show. Like, first off, the show is hilarious. Like, there's not one episode that doesn't make me laugh. Like, it's hilarious. But put Sheldon in it too, and you have me sold. Like, seriously, you should watch it just for Sheldon and Sheldon and Leonard if you want. Like, it's just honestly, it's one of the funniest shows on TV, if not the funniest show on TV, actually. Yeah, so I just wanted to include those two because I can't just forget them because I do love The Big Bang and I do love The Flash, even though I don't watch it, I do keep up with it. And The Big Bang, I do watch occasionally. I'm gonna catch up. And it's just such a funny show, and I think anyone who hasn't seen it should definitely watch it. I highly recommend The Big Bang Theory, highly. And The 100. I recommend all these shows. But like, highly, if you're ever feeling sad or depressed, definitely go for Raising Hope or The Big Bang Theory, and I guarantee it will boost your mood. I guarantee it. And if you're looking for some drama, some teenage romance, some killing, then go to Riverdale. If you're looking for some apocalyptic stuff, some also killing, some different like tribe kind of things, go to the 100. I mean, if you're looking for some witchcraft, some Harry Potter s type stuff, then go to Charmed. Like, all these shows are amazing. So that's what I wanted to say. Sorry if I explained it and you didn't want me to explain it, but I wanted to explain why these are my top five instead of just saying, oh, these are my top five. So, hope you enjoyed.